talking about. We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gulley, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gulley, yes I am. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. One, two, three, four. They call me Mr. Gulley. I've got something for your ear. Now it might sound kind of funny, but I'll make it very clear. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gulley, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gulley, yes I am. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Hey everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking on your Friday night? God, do we hate these Friday night shows. I'm telling you. But tonight, let me tell you about coleslaw by popular demand. I'll tell you the history, the formulations, but more importantly, I'll tell you about how coleslaw has become a popular way for people to communicate from the internet to what some people call in real life. Although I always want to point out that the internet is real life. So, please like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, every free thing you can do to help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-seeing algorithm. Plus the fact, subscribing and liking, those really help. And you can subscribe and then never come back. Just ignore it for forever. And it helps a lot. We do have memberships. We do have super chats. And, those help us pay the bills around here. Lastly, you can turn on your gifted memberships. I'm going to show you how right there in the crawl at the bottom of the screen. Some call it a ticker. It'll tell you how to turn on those gifted memberships. And then you know what happens? People gift you memberships. They give them away as gifts, which is the coolest way to donate to the show because it's super cheap and it makes you look like Fonzie. What do you think about that? Incidentally, programming notes. Monday night will be a show on the South surrenders. And Wednesday night, by popular demand, unless this show doesn't do well by popular demand. You know what I'm saying? Get to see my feet. These beat up old man feet from playing very competitive soccer for years and years. I'll take pictures. I'm not putting them up to my camera live. That ain't happening. But I will take pictures, a variety of action photos. That's what you want, man. I don't know. Anything else that happens, I don't know. And then maybe a special Mother's Day episode for members only on Sunday. Let's get through some of your comments real quick because there are a lot of them. Crispy Vivo says, post your address in the chat for free coleslaw. Funky Bronco can't wait for the show today. I appreciate that, Funky Bronco. There are so many of your comments that you commented after this one that I am going to ignore because it's just silly. They're just silly. Christian Slater is here, one of the many celebrities that frequents the show. He says, the best slaw is free slaw. That's right. And Jared is here from the Pot Awful Cult. He says, I like my slaw like I like my woman. I'm assuming he means women. Music Biz Marty Official says, did somebody call slaw? Yeah. Up fingers now, share that slaw. Chris from Canada says, Tom time. Chris appointed himself the scorekeeper for the debate about the Civil War the other night. And I'm like, why are we letting the Canadian keep the score? We should let somebody that actually knows about warfare keep the score. Somebody from the United States anyway. Canadians, if the Civil War involved both sides being really polite or curling, then you could keep score. But until that happens, no. Christian Slater says, I fought the slaw and the slaw won. Christian Slater also posted more spiders. Christian Slater loves spiders. Christian, you need to find some white spiders so the contrast will show up better. Or red. Maybe some red spiders would be better. Jared says this is the most highly anticipated show of the year. I thought the Ruta Lee show was. And maybe the show where I show my feet. Urquid is stoked for this. Yeah, a bunch of people are stoked for this, but I am not quite as stoked because, of course, I will live in mortal terror throughout the show that Slaw will show up here. Did I just hear a door slam outside? I better not have. Let me see here. I'll know in a second. Yeah, see, the whole show is going to be this paranoid. All right, share that slaw. Show. Terry Nee says, my wife we just make coleslaw. My wife is so Polish. Oh, not a Polish thing, though. Time to slaw, says Chris. The Wolf says, Terry, do you have to be Polish to like it? Jared says, is Polish slaw better than German slaw? Someday the German slaw some say, you guys need, when you get your stuff. Anyway, Dark Brian has a lot of quotes here that are long and somewhat poetic, but they're dumb, so I'm not reading them. I'll read the shorter one. Strib says, H2BH, happy to be here as well. More spiders. Billy Zane has finally showed up. He's here for the sauce. Is this see, that's another long one, Dark Brian. Chris says, Mr. Gulley rules. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Dark Brian says, so sing Slaw's symphony, forever sway, simple, stunning, Slaw shall save the day. Now, see, that's fine. Those other long ones, I'm not. Anyway, more spiders. The wolf asks, Dark, are you eating coleslaw or something else? Oh, gosh. Thanks. It's very hot here. I can use more fire. I like the 80s Gully pick. Which 80s Gully pick? Or 90s, maybe? You mean the one where I'm giving the peace sign? That is, well, it's right on the borderline of the 80s and 90s. Here's to the freaking weekend. Mr. Gulley's in my alley. I am. Hit that like. Lisa says she's enjoying coleslaw to this bop. TGFG. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it means something bad. I got to get through these. I'm drinking coffee. Let me tell you about Blue Waffle. I'm never doing a show on the Blue Waffle. I know Tom's my favorite uncle. Let me tell you about carpetbaggers. That'd be good. By the way, at the end of our topic, I will be putting the link up and pinning it. Let me tell you about Lemon Party. People even older than me can tell you about that. Let's see here. Oh, I don't want to dox that person. There's a reason Carl Strauss wanted to hire me. I have a feeling that's not hers. I think that's... In fact, I think I know whose address that is. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Judy, if that's your address, don't do that. Canadian keeps score because he's a neutral party. He's not a neutral party. No. Add up the number of hours he's been in your Discord. Add up the number of hours he's been in this. And not a neutral party. But, here's the thing. Both sides pick the neutral party. You just are so dead set on your way that you forget all the rules. It's funny. It's just not accurate all the time. It was a great game. You kept it close, bro. Whatever. That's your opinion, man. Some of the things that I don't understand, I'm not posting here. Tom, you ever had our famous Cleveland Polish boy? I've never had that. I don't think I'm likely to. Ate a load of coleslaw last night. Black spiders are much dangerous and scary than the white ones, but there's red ones. The Rudely episode was amazing, wasn't it? Metal Maiden Vicky is here tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time on SonicAsylumRadio.com. Metal Maiden Vicky's Metal Euphoria. Be there or be there. Rumpel Trenchcoat says the name Slaw. Coleslaw. That's what I was saying. People older than me know about that because people were in it. Terry Nee says, I'm Switzerland. I'm old. Yeah, I am. And you're older than me. A Canadian would never lie. I would have to you might not even know it because of your bias. I think coleslaw is gross and it smells yucky, but I do like hanging out here. Well, there's a bunch of people here that love coleslaw. They love talking about coleslaw. They love doing other things with coleslaw that I'm going to tell you about as soon as I tell you about the real subject, which luckily won't take very long. And look at all that coleslaw, a ton of coleslaw. Man. And before we get going, let me just let you know, Monday night, the South surrenders. Wednesday night, my feet. Full disclosure, I don't really like coleslaw. You know why? Because most of it sucks. Occasionally you'll get some good coleslaw, but they never put enough mayonnaise in it. You just feel like you're eating mulch. It's not any good. Terry Nee, thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker. I appreciate that, given that you are older than me. And given that you could have just sent a sticker, but you sent a super sticker, which means you may be Australian, because the Australians put the word super in front of things and expect people to believe that it's better. And it's, hey, you got to go to my, see the supercars. No, it's really good. They're the super fries. No, it's the super water. Anyway. A little mulch on a plate with a pickle and a sandwich, not bad. Good. This is not good. Sorry I'm late. Hello to all my friends in chat. Oh, hey, Tom. Oh, hey, Coach Mike Rody. Coleslaw, which is sometimes one word and sometimes two words, is actually from a Dutch term. I'll tell you about that in a minute, meaning cabbage salad. It's widely known within North America as just slaw. Just Slaw. Oh, my God. SG Fanboy, the living legend, is here. Good to see you, brother. Oh, there's a celebrity around here. Anyway, it's a side dish, mostly made out of something nobody wants, which is cabbage. Shredded cabbage. And you put salad dressing of some kind on it, vinaigrette or mayonnaise. It started in the Netherlands in the 18th century. All right? And the vinaigrette kind was the early kind because they didn't really have mayonnaise back then. And it would pickle the cabbage and allow it to last for a long time. And back then, that was a big thing with food. Food didn't go by how good it tastes. It was how long you could preserve it. Which, the only consistent element, the only consistent ingredient in coleslaw is raw cabbage. Raw cabbage. You don't even spruce it up a bit on a grill, And other ingredients and variations are they span the galaxy. The Star Trek galaxy, not the fake Star Wars galaxy. Some people try to trick up their coleslaw by adding red cabbage, pepper, shredded carrots, onions, grated cheese, pineapple, pears, apples, or they'll use like mayonnaise or cream. Now, see, the term coleslaw started in the 18th century, and it's an anglicized version of the Dutch term koolsla. Koolsla. It's Koolsla. The cool part in Dutch sounds like coal, so it's koolsla, meaning cabbage salad. So the coal part of the word ultimately comes from the Dutch koolsla. The 1770 Dutch cookbook, The Sensible Cook, which for those of you who speak Dutch, Die Verstandige Kok, contains a recipe attributed to the author's Dutch landlady who mixed thin strips of cabbage with melted butter, vinegar, and oil. The most commonly prepared recipe for coleslaw is a recent innovation because of the development of mayonnaise during the 18th century. According to The Joy of Cooking, 1997, raw cabbage is the only consistent ingredient in coleslaw, right? The type of cabbage, the dressing, the added ingredients, hey, it's crapshoot. Vinaigrette, mayonnaise, sour cream, bacon, carrots, bell peppers, pineapples, pickles, onions, herbs, and just whatever, man. Just throw them in there. And by the way, here's some Bavarian coleslaw. That is some Bavarian coleslaw, known as Krautsalat in München, Deutschland. Yeah, red cabbage, parrot. I'm not going to go through all those things again. Various seasonings like celery seed can be added. The cabbage may come in finely minced pieces, shredded strips, or small squares. People put broccoli in it. And then the dressing can be cream, sour cream, buttermilk sometimes. Buttermilk coleslaw is what they used in the southern United States because after you lose a civil war, you do dumb things. And that's one of the dumb things that they did. In a second here, I'm going to tell you about Europe, what they do in Europe. Not that anybody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody really cares what they do in Europe. But I will tell you what they do in Europe in just, man. Everybody's glad to see SG Fanboy. People saying hi. Coleslaw is fabulous, says Terry Nee, but he's old. SG Fanboys saying good to see you. People saying hi. We do have the most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, too, while we got 20 people in here. It's a rip-roaring good time in this place. Coleslaw makes a Reuben. I don't think that's accurate. Earl Campbell cheddar sausage. I just had some of that like an hour ago. Coleslaw is a delicacy, says Goat. No, it's not. H2BH says, yeah, crispy. Right back at you. Tom ate corn slaw. No, when I left Indiana, I quit eating corn, unless it's in with something. I mean, like cornmeal or something, but I don't need any more corn. Megabit Banshee is happy about the coleslaw, excuse me. Coleslaw on a pulled pork sandwich is awesome. No, it's not. It's not. Hard R ticker. What Mayo tribe do you belong to, Tom? Hellman's. Rumble Trenchcoat says, my favorite way to eat cabbage is after it's been simmering with the corned beef and potatoes for several hours. Now, that is the only acceptable way to eat cabbage, Rumple. I agree with you 100%. I really do. Tom, can you put your feet up to your gullies? I probably could if I wanted to. I don't know why I would want to do that, though. Funky Bronco apparently having some lower gastrointestinal problems. In Europe, traditional kraut salad, like I'm showing you right here, that consists of finely shredded cabbage marinated with oil and vinegar. Sometimes you add onions or apples. Germans will put apples in anything, I've noticed. They really do. Happy 502nd show. Thank you. Coleslaw with cooked ham and sliced pepper in Italy is called insalata capricciosa. Capricious salad. Well, that's very... Anyway, in Poland, cabbage-based salads resembling coleslaw are commonly served as a side dish with the second course at dinner next to red meat and potatoes. There is no fixed recipe, but typical ingredients include shredded white cabbage, red and Chinese cabbage are also common, finely chopped onions, shredded carrots, and parsley or dill leaves with many possible additions. These are seasoned with salt, black pepper, a pinch of sugar, and tossed with a dash of oil, usually sunflower or rapeseed oil, easy now, and vinegar. While mayonnaise-based dressings are uncommon, I dated a Polish girl for a long time from Poland, actually from Gdansk, and her family, they made everything was vinegar. They would cook these delicious meats, and then they would drown them in like vinegar, like in a bowl. They take that smells really good, in a big like tureen of vinegar and gook. I would always go over there and go, look, don't put mine in the stuff. Just give me the delicious thing. You don't have to drown it in vinegar and crud. Anyway, and here's an example. The alternative, usually served with fried fish, is made with sauerkraut squeezed to eliminate excess salty brine. Similarly, crossed with carrots, onions, black pepper, sugar, and oil. They'd make this delicious fish, and then they'd put it in the... In Eastern Slavic cultures, Russia, the Ukraine, and Belarus, a salad of fresh shredded cabbage is mixed with carrots, apples, cranberries, etc., usually dressed with unrefined sunflower oil. In Sweden, kind of cabbage salad made with seasoned vinaigrette is typically served with pizza. They've got a pizza fund for this in Sweden, and it's known as pizza salad. For those of you who don't speak Swedish, that means pizza salad. In the United Kingdom, coleslaw often contains carrots and onion in addition to cabbage, and is usually made with mayonnaise or salad cream. Some variations include grated cheese like cheddar, nuts like walnuts, and dried fruits such as sultanas or raisins. Now, in the United States, coleslaw contains buttermilk, mayonnaise or substitutes, and carrot. However, many regional variations. Look at this. This is purple. This is purple coleslaw. I think it looks like hell, but it's made with purple cabbage. Anyway, many regional variations exist. Recipes incorporating mustard or vinegar without the dairy and mayonnaise are also common. Barbecue slaw, also known as red slaw, is made using ketchup and vinegar rather than mayonnaise. It's frequently served alongside North Carolina barbecue. You know why? Because North Carolina people are dumb. Including Lexington-style barbecue. Also, that's hillbilly coleslaw, where, unlike in the rest of the state, a red slaw is the prevailing variety. Hot slaw, which is flavored with jalapeno, chilies, and mustard, was named the first official state food of Tennessee in 2024. Well, hot dang you all, Lord son, I reckon. Hot slaw. And just to keep it with the times, by the way, this is like a traditional U.S. slaw here. This has mayonnaise in it. I don't think there's enough, though. I would not eat that. That looks awful. And to keep with today's, politics, news stories of the day, in Israel, a common coleslaw type consists of red cabbage and mayonnaise. It often includes salt, pepper, and lemon juice. The salad is often served as a topping option at food stands. It's also mass-produced and purchased in stores. So, the Middle East, that's it. And I hate to tell you this, but that's not the end of my story of coleslaw. No. And you won't find this anywhere online but right here. All right? This is inside information. Coleslaw has become, in this day and age that we live in, the world we live in now, sports, it's a form of communication. That's right. There are people on the internet who, if they want to give someone a good-natured ribbing, they will actually send them coleslaw. Now, the reasons for this are varied. Number one, it is a little bit annoying. Number two, it's a little unnerving because that means the person knows where you live. Number three, doing this in temperate regions or places where it's hot all the time, like, say, Lakeland, Florida, you always have the added benefit of the outside temperature will be enough that when the food guy drops off the coleslaw, it will go bad. And the mayonnaise will be delivering a pungent aroma or boiling over on the front stoop. Now, another reason that coleslaw is such an effective thing to send is it's cheap. It's really dirt cheap. I mean, it's not like sending even a pizza. It's pennies on the dollar. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to send coleslaw at all. So there you are. And over the years, many people have received coleslaw as a targeted thing. So it's a very popular, common subject that a lot of people have, well, just a lot of fun with, a lot of good-natured ribbing, as I said to begin with. A lot of spirited and jovial pranksterism. It's another thing about it is it's not really hurting anybody to give somebody coleslaw. Now, some people will like feign ignorance and they'll go, oh, well, it's doing them a benefit. Who wouldn't want to get coleslaw? You're feeding them. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, not really. Not really. I mean, I think there's people that like coleslaw. There's people that are partial to, they don't mind coleslaw. But I don't know many people that are like, yeah, coleslaw, count me in. So you're not really hurting anybody. You know what I mean? You're not really, it's not like you sent them plutonium or a dead baby or, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what I'm saying? You didn't do anything violent to them. Hold on here. I don't think you guys can hear that. I hope you can. I think I turned off my website. Otherwise, you had to hear that twice. Let's see here. I got a notification. All right. I'm unnotifying myself. Sorry, I'm trying to do y'all a solid here and put the link in the thing so people want to. Yeah, I just saw what Jesse put there. Hear you good and loud and clear. Jesse, I don't want coleslaw. You're doing the thing that you do, which is the opposite of the thing that people want done. I know it's a well-worn shtick, and it's made you one of the more successful peoples online. You know what I would also say, though, is yesterday I was... Oh, by the way, I got kicked out of the Discord yesterday on the Pod Awful After Show without warning. And maybe on purpose, I don't know. But I also know that, Jesse was sitting there and he was talking about, there was a period of time where he did a show every day, and he knew it was a secret cheat code, and it was a way to get really successful, and that people would start watching you and they would interpret being on every day as success. Did you know how hard it was for me not to push to talk and go, hey man, explain my show then. Go ahead, explain my show. Because he even said it doesn't matter if it's really awful. Explain my show then. Riddle me that, Batman. Explain my show. That's what I'd like you to do. On every day without fail. Incidentally, it may suck, but it's on time. Just saying. It may. I just pinned the link to the thing on the stuff. And let's just get through some comments here real quick. I'm only going to read the good ones. Or the people that donate a lot. Let's see here. Juju the Cow says he hates mayo, but he loves slaw. Mike Rodick says Germans have a history of putting things where they shouldn't be. Yeah, like Panzer tanks. Thoughts on kimchi? Not crazy about that either. Juju the Cow says, by the way, oh, no. Let's see. Juju the Cow, now I can't put your quotes up anymore. That's a paltry-looking American slaw. Needs more mayo. It always needs more mayo. 13% of venomous spiders commit 52% of the crimes. Let's see here. Tom, just glad to see you're back on the right side of the slaw. I've been sent slaw many times. I never understood why until now. So it's like putting a bag of dog dew on the front porch. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as a bag of dog. It's the same concept, but I mean, all we have to do is do coleslaw. I don't know why I'm making that gesture, but I'm really into the slaw that comes in 5-gallon buckets. Yeah. Is it raining again like crazy here? Yeah, dead babyogram really took a hit during COVID. They thought it was going to pick up. We didn't kick you. I think it was some kind of an accident. I don't think you did kick me, but somebody did a setting or something because, boom, I was outside. And once I was out, I couldn't see the piranha tank anymore. I couldn't even see it in my side scroll thing. So I don't know what happened. But I didn't want to make a fuss. You were on a roll. So I didn't want to make a fuss. Well, the secret is daily and then also not talking about coleslaw and marbles. Your show is unexplainable, Tom. It's a mystery. Well, people like mysteries. Yeah. Also, don't do shows about lint. That also maybe is a secret. I pinned the link if anybody's interested. If you're not, that's fine too. I'll just vamp for half an hour. Funky Bronco says this show is pure genius. I'll take that. I thought the Slaw and the Slaw won. A lot of people are saying that. Those spider statistics are 100% correct. I thought they were part of the Moynihan report, but I could be wrong. More spiders from Christian Slater. Megabit Banshee says, do react videos to black people music. Start with Yee's new song. I got to tell you, I wouldn't know a Kanye West song right now if it started playing. I don't. Diners love coleslaw. You get on the side with all sorts of stuff. That's true. It does come with everything, and it just sits there. I don't do anything. Doopa-doopa-doo is here. There you go. Rumpel says, I do like a dinner slaw, Vicky. A nice little paper clip on the side of fried anything. Look, sometimes a little bit of slaw. But see, here's the thing. You could take the same ingredients as slaw, except for the cabbage, and make the cabbage into lettuce and put it on a sandwich, and I would like it then. Part of the problem is the cabbage. The cabbage is a little bitter. It's thick. It's chewy. It's not pleasant to the texture. People saying, hi, slaw is law. So anyway, I don't have a phone number to say anymore. I can't just say 972-994-6822 anymore. It's all gone. It's all gone. What's this I got? I had a guy from last night's show. There was a fella. And the fella said to me, in this comment on Facebook, he said something along the lines of, nice unnecessary 20-minute intro with a dumb AI song. And I'm like, I'm sorry God didn't give you the ability to estimate lengths of time, but sorry. Let me see here. And then he said, power to Sam Kinison and Andy Kaufman, I think. And I said, he goes, tell him I said hi. And I was like, sure, everybody you knows hopes you get to tell him hi real quick yourself. Let me see here. Jared says, ever try slaw with Napa cabbage? Very tasty and a little peppery. If you say so. Now I want to go to a diner, Vicky. I know, I love diners. You know, the best place for diners was Detroit when I lived there. All these diners were Greek diners. And the food was just, it says you could get regular diner food, and then also you could get like Greek food, like a shawarma or, Middle Eastern, whatever. Yeah, Crispy, not a fan of sauerkraut. I'm not either. Who said that? What's his dress? Oh, here's his YouTube handle, The Gifted One. He's got 16 subscribers. Yes, Man on the Moon was mentioned in the Andy Kaufman special, Funky Bronco. Middleman Vicky loves a good cheddar cheese omelet with crispy bacon and home fries. Middleman Vicky says they're all Greek diners around here too. Jared said, I said this earlier, but the best slaw is free slaw. Rumpled Trenchcoat says, by the way, it was really fun hopping on with Pod Awful, H2BH, and Kim Moorfield. It was great celebrating your 500. Well, it was great having you. It was great having you as always. Always good to have Rumpled up on the show. Funky Bronco says, Metal Maid Vicky, a lot of things are Greek to me. All right, I got 25 minutes here now. I think I pinned the link. That people would be going to Slaw Town. That's okay if you're not. I don't care. It's a Friday show, for crying out loud. Lucky I even do these shows. Well, I don't know if you're lucky. But I got to go to the grocery store tomorrow at 5:45 in the morning. So I don't want to, I'm going to have something I don't even like for dinner. Always happens on Friday night. Always happens. My 500th show was awesome. Well, thank you. It was fun. It's always nice to have Jesse misconstrue the laws of reality and war. Is that a cherry splash ginger ale? No, this time is a Mountain Dew. Sorry, Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero. So, which, the better drink is the Dr. Pepper Blackberry. Oh my God, the Dr. Pepper Blackberry. I can't even imagine how the zero sugar one is. It is so good. Buy some Earl Campbell's sausages at the grocery store. I still have some, Funky. I still have some. I just had some a little while ago. I don't know what I'm going to make here tonight. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Funky Bronco, how do you know Triple G isn't watching this? Be honest. I hope he's not. I hope he's not. I hope he never watches this show. Anybody that kicks me from their show after I provide them such amazing content, I hope he falls into a sausage maker. I hope he rolls under a gas truck and dies tasting his own. Anyway, although my favorite is still Dr. Pepper and Cream, but the Blackberry one is good. Dr. Pepper and Cream is good. Strawberries and Cream, also very good. I love Triple G. I doubt Triple G will kick you. Blame Jings. Nah. No, he did it because of Jings. Because nobody makes fun of Jings. Nobody mutes Jings. Baby. If he came in here, I'd kick him so fast. Be gone forever. By the way, as bad as this show is, you know. Here, let me interview some people and interrupt them right when they're saying something good. That's the name of that show. Welcome to Soda Chat. It is pretty good soda chat in here, usually. New Braunfels, is that where Jings is at, Funky Bronco? Where are you at, Funky Bronco, that you know about New Braunfels? I think Funky Bronco is someone else that he's a different person on the internet somewhere else. He's masquerading to be just a horrifying alcoholic here in my chat room. I think that's what's up with it. Hey, by the way, Monday, the South surrenders. How about that? What do you think about that? The South surrenders on Monday. That'll be a blast. And then on Wednesday, my feet. My feets. How about that? What do you think about that there? I bet you think that's pretty good with this. Yeah, we're going to do that. Hot dang you all, Lord Son, I reckon. Shoot, shucks, dip me in doo-doo and roll me in cracker crumbs. I tell you what. That's right. Yeah, Monday. We're going to talk all about the, talk all about that. I was promised a Peter North episode in November. I don't recall promising that. I may have written it down. Your feets, well, my footies, my tootsies. Glorious news. Lee's army closed down. It's all official. Lee surrenders. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, it happened. I don't know how you win and you surrender. Somebody's going to have to, you know what I mean? How's that happen? I don't understand how that happens. We won, but we're surrendering. How does that, can anybody tell me how that's a thing? I'd like to know how that's a thing. I really would. Somebody's going to have to explain how that's a thing, because I don't think that's a thing. I'm relatively certain that's not a thing. We won, but we're going to let you federally regulate us. We restrict our voting and a bunch of other stuff, but we won. He must show toe. I'm going to show my whole thing there. You see the whole foot. Tom the Riddler Gulley. Yeah, you did it twice. I saw you the first time. Another win for the toe. Yes. Otis Dillard says, the winners write history books, Tom. Our enemy surrendered. Well, I guess. I think the losers wrote some pretty good stuff about losing. You know, there's plenty of evidence the losers wrote some losing stuff. Looky there. You don't sit still for a portrait like that. You know, unless you lost. You don't get in a room with 27 guys in the other uniform and just one dude with a goatee backing you up. Unless you lost. We'll cover it in more depth on Monday. We'll get way into that on Monday. But meantime, we'll just, I got to keep the audience happy. There you are. What about this? Let's get real crazy. Let's double up. Whoa, I don't know what I'm doing the show on Tuesday. Where is Doc Torn? I don't know. I think, Funky, Doc Torn has a lot of extra work to do when the weather gets real bad for some reason. I think that's just part of his job. And if you are living in Texas, you know that for the last 2 weeks, we've had rain, thunderstorm, rain, and a lot of that went into Louisiana. So I imagine that's what he's doing. I can hear what that picture would sound like if I ate it. Yeah, I can hear the crunching in my head and the subsequent stomach ache from all that roughage blocking up the, Lincoln was. Monterey Jackson. Lincoln was what? I don't know what that's all about. I mean, I know he was something, but I don't know what the thing was. Anyway, I put the link up. The link will now take the place of the phone number that nobody used for 3 years. Lincoln was a traitor. Was a traitor to who? The small arm pistol industry? Yeah. Yes, sirree. Hey, by the way, my good friend Ed Robertson is having Ruta Lee on, following her being on with me, so maybe she'll say something about it. Probably not, but maybe. maybe on TV Confidential. And we're supposed to get together and do that trade-off of being on each other's shows soon. I have to tap him on the shoulder about that. But he's on a bunch of actual radio stations. And I got to hand it to Ed Robertson. He has really worked hard over the years. He started off with just a couple of stations, and now he's on I think the technical term is he's on a buttload of stations now. He really is on a buttload of stations. Let me see if I can run that down for you, because he really is. He's on a bunch of them. He is on a bunch of stations, I'm telling you. Wow, look at that. You know, I think that Facebook is getting filthier than than YouTube or Twitter. I do. I think that's true. Anyway, because I've got some really terrible stuff in my feed right now. Well, not terrible. It's actually pretty hot, but it shouldn't be there. That much I know is true. Let me see here. TV Confidential, a talk show about television. Hey now. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Please join us as we welcome back the one and only Ruta Lee. Oh, here it is, Ed Robertson. This is the one. Okay, so Friday, which was today, at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. 9 a.m. I'll just do Eastern time. 9 a.m. Eastern, Bardstown, Kentucky, WBRT, 7 p.m. on Eastern and 7 Pacific. Let's see. KSAV, San Francisco, 11 p.m. on Nevada Talk Radio, KELY, AM and FM, WXKO, AM and FM. Oh, boy. Huntington, Indiana, on Indiana Talks Networks, KZFX in California City, KCNR, Redding, California, WHBL, Sheboygan, Milwaukee, Green Bay, KSJC, Sioux City, KALM, Yosemite, Mariposa, California, America One Radio out of Atlanta, 104.1 Biz Talk Radio out of Paducah, Kentucky, AM 1240 KFMO, St. Louis, 920 WON The Apple out of Brooklyn, New York. Let's see here. WLAD, Danbury, Connecticut. WSTP, Fort Wayne, Indiana. KSCO, Santa Cruz. Man, oh man, oh man. He's on the KXOK, St. Louis. KWRH, Webster Grove, St. Louis. KSCJ, Sioux City. He's in Canada. He's on KPLT, Paris, Texas. Little Falls Radio, KLFTF. WDIG, Dothan, Alabama. KHMB. He's on in One Radio, Bakersfield, California. KCAA, Loma Linda, Long Beach, and Los Angeles. Man, he is on everywhere. He's on all over the place. What was that? At least 30 stations, a little network there for him. So salute to Ed Robertson, by God. Salute to my good friend Ed Robertson. All right. Let me see. Lincoln was a trader. Fine. He's just shy of a metric butt ton. That's right. Tom, what kind of room do you have in your fridge for leftover slaw? Right now I have a lot because I go to the grocery store on Saturday morning. So I'm at the end of my weekly allotment supply. see here. Slaw never gets old, Tom. The kind with mayonnaise does. Tom, do you remember the first time you ate coleslaw? Like as a kid? I don't. I'm old. Everybody remembers their first, for better or worse, says Don Gupperbox. Loving this episode, Tom filling me softly with this slaw. Oh, man. Funky. Rumble Trenchcoat has just been incredibly generous to this show throughout the years, more than anybody else probably. And I can't thank you enough for it. And for that, you're getting the point. There you are. Oh, by the way, guess what I got? Now, you guys don't know this, but I actually have an agent. And I very rarely do any work on camera. It's all mostly voice work. But I got contacted by my agent today, and it's an extra job. It's not like it probably isn't even a speaking part. But it was interesting that I got it because it's a very popular TV show. One that you would know the name of, that is shot around Fort Worth. And there's like an online open call tomorrow at 9 in the morning that I'm not going to attend because I don't do on camera stuff unless it'd have to be a speaking role and things like that. And I don't really do that anymore. But that was exciting today. I went, well, look at me. Anyway, family style slaw. Slaw enough for everyone. Do you guys not remember when they gave me all the mayonnaise? The guy from, what was it? What? It was Eastern Michigan. It was one of the Mid-American schools, and these two guys sent me two giant, one day, the one the next day, things of mayonnaise. One was Blue Label, one was, I forget that. Anyway. Rejoice, says Otis Stillard. A slaw in every garage and more slaw in every pot. I love Danbury, Connecticut. It used to be called the hat capital of the world. Urban Moving System says, I've never gone out of my way to acquire slaw, but I will always get it at a restaurant as a side option. Thanks for the sub, Rumpled. You're welcome, Killer. Slaw delivery. Killer says, I love Tom Gulley. He took Pot Awful's trolling better than other goons. Well, I think that's the worst compliment you can get. And I don't know how well that I took it, actually, personally. I do not shop at H-E-B. There's just not one close to me. White Graper says, hey, Tom Gulley Show, did you listen to the new Yee song? I've only heard a little tiny bit. Dallas TV show. I used to work in one of the office buildings. You know the one that's real like copperly reflective? The Campbell, is it the Campbell Towers or the Campbell? I don't know. Anyway, I used to work in that. Gull Slaw. Yeah, Dallas. I remember those massive jars. Yeah, those big jars of mayo. Metal Maid Vicky says, I remember all that mayo. Pot Awful's asking me to check the door. I'm not checking the door during the show. Sorry, most of the Dallas characters have passed. Maybe. A lot of them have. I think Linda Gray is still bopping around. Check the door says, I'm not checking the door. Why isn't Triple G here? I don't want him here, that's why. HEB has good coffee, though. The San Antonio and Houston blends are damn fine. I just don't go there. Earl Campbell Towers. Too bad it wasn't Buffalo Bill. You're a good sport, Tom. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. Why is the show called Coleslaw? Well, it's not called cold. This is the coleslaw episode. Is that the topic? Yes, it is the topic. Did I not pin the thing to the deal? Okay, well, the slaw is there. Did you guys really send me slaw? I can't. It takes too long to get down the thing to the All right, hold on a second. I'm going to humor you. I'm going to humor you. This is going to take me a second because I'm not next to the door, and I have two doors. So hold on.
One, two, three, four. They call me Mr. Gully. I've got something for your ear. Now it might sound kind of funny, but I'll make it very clear. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gully. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gully, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gully. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gully, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gully, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gully, yes I am. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gully. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr.
There's no slaw here. I don't know whether that's a better joke than even sending the slaw, is to make me fake go look at the slaw, but there is no slaw here. And by the way, it would probably get all rained on. It's just got done raining here quite a bit. So well done. You faked me out. I went and I checked for slaw. Probably even a better joke than sending slaw. Let's see. The fellow that played JR's sidekick, his brother, lived or still lives in Oregon. The guy that played Clint or whatever, he wasn't a very big star. Show's over already? No, I'm checking the door. H2BH, where's Triple G? Hope he's not here. Two coleslaws stole Tom's truck. I know. Well, it says it was delivered. Okay, whatever. None of the viewers can afford to send slaw. I hope Tom didn't fall with the delivery. I spent about $20. Would you send me something that I like? Elixmar. Elixmar. There's Elixmar said it was delivered. I liked your pick through time. A foreign guy messed it up, did he? Galactic Federation. The slaw bomb was a dud. You have been tripped. I was slaw rolled. It's not a bit. I did send some. Well, there ain't none here. And if there was, I'd show it because it would be funny. But H2BH sends Jing some food. Jing got fired from his job at Did Jings get fired from his job at the Triple J? Played a fishman. How's he going to find another job where he can be totally smashed at work every day? Just sweeping up. Of course, his dad has all those roofing business things going on, right? Patrick Duffy's alive. Victoria Principal's alive. A bunch of them. Patrick, no. He must have given it to your neighbor. Who among us can say? Really? Who can say? Your neighbor stole your slaw. He has a second job already. Wow. Knock on their door and ask for it back. Only the pot awful cult could turn not sending slaw into like an international incident. He got caught drinking Modelo. Yeah, man. That drinking, he's got to quit that drinking, man. He's got to quit that drinking. One of the only argument, well, there's the tax argument, but and the decriminalization argument, but just got to get off the sauce. Got to get off the sauce. I love Crappy at Life as a name. He always had a second job at McDonald's. Doesn't matter. He's going to county jail. Had 2 jobs and he lost 1. Okay. Well, he should go to work. He keeps talking about his dad wants him to work for him. He should do that roofing deal. Of course, if he does that, he said he was going to come to Dallas. Today we'd have to move to Dallas area to do it. Why am I frozen? Unfreeze me, you jerk. Are we doing this again? Is this what we're doing, StreamYard? Really? Is this what we're doing? Again? Really? Oh, we're fine again. Sorry. Thanks, StreamYard. Frozen Slaw, DDoS. You should... Possession is 9/10 of the slaw. I don't think my neighbor would like slaw. Him and his wife, God, I can't even walk out of the house. The delicious delicacies they make over there wafting through the neighborhood. The show turned into a Jings and Things episode. Not really. Okay, guys, that's all I have on slaw. It's really yeah, I got to reset my opening. That's all I got on the slaw. Slawgate 2025. What's wrong with slaw? It's a great KFC bucket. I guess it is. Anyway, Monday, the South surrenders. Wednesday, my feet. Maybe a special members-only Mother's Day show on Sunday. I don't know. I can't tell. Look at him. He's just been beaten. Victor, we'll forgive you. Whatever all that means, we'll forgive you. Ruffled, I love that. Sorry, Jesse. Hold on. I'll fix that. You know what? I did screw that up. I'm not used to doing it. I'm old. Give me a break. And Rumple just put something funny. Whoops. God dang it. Yeah. Rumple just put something funny in the chat that I'm going to have to address. Oh, God. All right, let me fix that. I'm so sorry, Jesse. I thought somebody would have said something before now. But I don't know why they would. You know, all the people that ignored my phone number for all these years, now that we don't do the phone number anymore, then you know, they could unpin that. Go in here, put that there, and then we'll just pin that. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to have to get out of here in a second, so let's not get too crazy. But what's so funny about 3-piece and Slaunder standing? Krabby's going to skip those shows. Nobody's above the Slaw. The South won. Oh, no. Let's see here. Anything good in this? Where's Dupa? Rumpled, that was so silly I chuckled. Anything Costello related is good with me. Really is. Really is.
Hey, Tom.
What's going on, man?
You didn't get the Slaw?
No Slaw here.
That's extremely disappointing because I spent like $20.
It is. I'm disappointed too.
They must have given it to your next door neighbor. Knock on the wall, see if they're home, and
my neighbor would not hear a knock on the wall.
Whatever. Go over there and ask him for your Slaw.
I don't even know. I'd have to look and see if my neighbor's home. It's no, he doesn't work this late. He has a pool business.
So he ought to be over there. Head on over there and ask for it back because I did buy family style. So
I think you're just trying to get me to get up and check on something.
No, I mean after the show.
Yeah.
I bought family style, so they might think it is for them. Maybe that's why the guy delivered to the wrong place. He thought this can't be for one guy. I bought a whole family style bucket of coleslaw, and then one single coleslaw by itself as well.
I wish I liked coleslaw. I wish
you would like this coleslaw. This was I asked for extra mayo in this thing. And again, I trust Elixmar, so I have to assume this must be a big misunderstanding because how can you not trust the grand wizard from the planet of Elixmar?
Right.
Elixmar.
Okay, Judy Tester's got a good point. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you have Slaw, twice on the pipe if the answer is no.
Yeah, nah. If it's nah, that rhymes.
It's nah. Oh, okay.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to tell DoorDash to give me my money back because this is honestly insane.
Seriously, I wish, it would be great if I just by some happenstance loved coleslaw. But I don't. It's like, can you fry it? Is there something you can do to make it because coleslaw is a thing that it's only even halfway good if you're eating something else with it. Barbecue or something else.
Sorry, I'm going through the DoorDash thing. They're telling me that it was left in a safe location. Like, what would that even be? Maybe they put it somewhere weird because of the rain?
No, both of my doors have an overhang. They both would be.
Well, you said it might get wet out there, so.
No, I said it is wet out there.
Now, I did ask Elixmar to light it on fire, so you'd have to stomp it out like a bag of dog shit.
I would probably see that, but
I don't think he did it. I am going to have to take some of his tip back.
Victor says he would rather suck a marble than eat coleslaw. Did they put it on in the fake rock where the spare key is kept? There's no spare keys here. No, there's just nothing here. I'll check again after the thing, but it's like, it would be great. It's like it was like macaroni salad or something. Because I like macaroni salad, but do you guys send the coleslaw because it is so cheap?
None of it's cheap because you got to pay the exorbitant
delivery
extortionist
service charge.
Yeah, the service fees and delivery fee. They were like, buy $12 worth and no delivery fee. So I bought the family style coleslaw, and then you fucking get to the checkout. And it's like, it's crossing through the $1.49 delivery fee, says $0. And then right under that says service fee $3. And it's like, that's worse than the delivery. What service, by the way? The entire service is DoorDash. Like,
yeah.
What is the service?
Well, and then there's the thing where you order a pizza from like Pizza Hut or somewhere, and there's a delivery charge, and then you're supposed to tip the guy or the gal. Right. And it's like, well, you got your tip. You charged me to deliver it.
This is what everyone forgets is like when Uber started, before Uber Eats, when they were just the taxi thing.
Yeah.
the whole point of it was that you did not and were not supposed to tip the Uber driver.
Yeah.
And when they first started Uber Eats, the same was true.
Yeah.
And then, the drivers started pressuring all these companies to add on all these fees and stuff.
Yeah.
And then because they started adding on the tip service thing, the company was like, well, we ought to get a little bit in on this action too. And so this stuff used to be like stupid cheap. So if it was a couple bucks, like reasonable for whatever it is and for the drive, I'd have no problem, because what it used to be was basically next to free. But now it's insane. Like ordering delivery is a complete, extortion racket.
Exactly. You order a medium one-topping pizza from Pizza Hut. It's $30 when it's all said and done, and that's ridiculous.
Right. And it's fun, but it is also, there is a nice aspect to it where when they're charging that delivery fee, because each one of these places, their delivery fee could be different than a different one. Same company. You get from two different Domino's, and they might have a fee at one and not at the other. But if they do have it, and that fee keeps going up, it's like past $6 now.
Yeah.
But if you do get that, then you get to do this cool thing where you tell them on the app, like, oh, I'll just tip them in person, and then you get to see the look of disappointment on their face as you shut the door on them.
Well, the Rumpled Trenchcoat says $20 worth of coleslaw would feed an army. And I'm doing, redoing all this stuff on my Cafe Press site. I have to admit, man, and I've said this, Ian Maddox Hawkins is here. I have to admit that if people want stuff from my Cafe Press store, I'd love for you to buy it. I only mark it up $5, everything, no matter what it is. It's just easier that way for me. They hammer you on the delivery.
Yeah.
That's where they make their money, is on the shipping.
Well, everything's more now with the tariffs too, because all that stuff's coming from overseas. But
no, not the Cafe Press.
Really?
It's on-demand stuff. It's all done out of Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah.
They might be printing it in Lexington, Kentucky.
I see what you mean. They buy the base items somewhere else.
They're passing those non-savings on to you. So
they're cutting out the middle Chinaman and passing along savings.
Well, I'm not sure you can say Chinaman. I don't.
That's not
a slur, Tom.
It's not politically correct anymore.
It's a slur. It's directly
a man
slur.
from China.
Listen, I don't agree with it being bad, obviously, but
not you.
Well, no, it is a man from China, China man. That's a silly slur, but
a Chinese national. I have the very first episode of Kung Fu. It was a pilot episode. It's the 70s. They made a pilot movie, and if it did well, they made a TV series out of it. And so David Carradine, the movie opens up, and he's just walking through the desert, all the way through the desert, and he keeps walking, and more credits and stuff, and walking, and finally goes into this bar, and he asks for a glass of water, and he takes out a little pouch and sprinkles a few magic, Eastern herbs into it, and drinks it very slowly. And there's a really famous bad guy in old TV shows named Albert Salmi. And he just goes, "Little guy looks like he's got some Chinese in him." And I know that's not even that bad. It's just, it's the way he said it. And it just sounded like got some Chinese in him. Anyway.
Yeah, do you have any Chinese in you?
No.
You want some?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. But Wednesday I am going to show my feet.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see them dogs.
I was looking at them today, and I'll just go ahead and tell you, these are old man feet, and I played a lot of soccer, so just getting ready to see some beat up old feet.
I would love to see that. Yet your gnarled toes and your corns and your bunions and your calluses.
I don't have any
your
corns and
ingrown toenails.
no, I don't have any of that stuff. But
Athlete's foot.
I don't have any of that either. I do. My pinky toes are pretty messed up. But
Nice.
But also, I have a lot of like, you bruise your feet a lot, so a lot of blood gets trapped under the, so
Hell yeah.
there's a little, like if you see a banana, probably
And I do, buddy.
4 days into where just the speckles, there's some of that going on, but not too bad.
Nice.
Not too bad. But,
Well, I just went through all the steps with DoorDash trying to figure out, what to do since you didn't receive your item. And they were like, they walk you through every little thing. They go, oh, we're so sorry you didn't get it. And then they just go, well, we can't do anything for you about this at all. And so then I'm like, well, that's upsetting to me. And I feel like I should at least get some of my money back for this. So then I went back through the steps again. And I instead selected, rather than not receiving my order at all, I selected that I was missing items. And they let you choose which items were missing. So I selected the larger family style slaw because that was more money. And then they were like, okay, we'll give you a refund for that item. And a full refund. I was like, okay, great. And then I was like, wait a second, let me just do this again. And so I went back through it again and this time told them, oh, I was also missing the only other item in the delivery. And they were like, here's your refund. So I did, in fact, manage to get refunded entirely for the items. I guess I still paid that stupid service fee. But
that's a close one.
I am going to need you to ask that neighbor about the slaw. You got a greedy neighbor over there who's stealing slaw.
I don't think so. He doesn't strike me as the type.
Oh, he's the type. Does he have a family?
No, it's just him and his wife.
Well, that's a family, Tom. I mean, it's certainly more than a guy.
Well, yeah, it's more than a guy, but
you're a guy.
He doesn't have a need for family style slaw.
Well, maybe he's got a deep, powerful hunger for slaw. Maybe unlike you, he loves slaw.
I don't think Carlos wants any slaw.
Honestly, if Carlos likes slaw, I'm kind of happy he got it.
I don't think Carlos likes slaw.
If you had received the slaw, would you have eaten it?
I'd had to take a look at it because slaw is just too bland and flavorless.
This was a good slaw. I picked a good one for you.
If it was a decent slaw, I might, but I would.
It's a deep and rich slaw.
I have to. There's got to be something else with it that's good. Oh, wait a second. The wolf keeps trying to join, and then it just says his device isn't connected.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to do it.
Well, no, he does. It's just he's got a lot of sketchy equipment. He's got he owns like 7 cell phones and stuff. It's weird, but
ooh, that's a cheater. That's what a cheater does.
The slaw, you got to have like ribs or some other thing. Slaw is a bridge, not a way. You know what I mean? It's not the.
Yeah, that's why it's funny to just send slaw.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of reasons it's funny.
Oh yeah, name 63.
I said a bunch of them during the show. Oh, there's the wolf. Let's see if his stuff will work now. And I'm adding him to the stage. He'll show his face on the show. There he is. There's the wolf. How you doing, man?
I'm showing my face.
You're not.
I don't see the wolf.
Well, you should. He's right there on screen with us.
Are you serious? I see a black square. I swear to God, I see no face.
Well,
I don't know if that might just be on my end.
Yeah, it might be on your end. Wolf, what's going on? Okay.
Well, now I don't think it is just on my end.
I know. Yeah, maybe not.
I don't see it on. I'm looking at your stream now. I don't see him. It's just a big black square on your stream too.
Huh. Well, now he's gone, so it doesn't matter.
Story of my life.
Is it? Did I have some ribs removed? No.
Really?
I really think it would be so beating the system if people sent you something in order to kind of prank you, but it turned out to be a thing that you really loved. You know, like if somebody sent you those giant bags of popcorn you can get at but it turns out you're just addicted to popcorn.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what happened when I sent Slaw to Aaron Imhold. He loved Slaw, and I happened to get it from his favorite place to get Slaw.
Smokies?
No, it was this place called Lunds in Byerly.
Aaron Imholt has this innate, amazing ability to not take anything that personally. He will just take the abuse, the worst abuse of all kind.
Yeah, and he's really stupid, and but it works for him. It's in his favor. He's stupid in the right direction, and that's nice to see.
Well, but then he'll get upset about a tiny thing and rail on it like crazy. But the big things, and when people are actually talking to him, it's a very cruel things. It might be true, but okay, let's see if the wolf's here now.
Hello.
Yeah, your camera wasn't working good.
Once again, my computer won't work with Streamlab, or Yard, I should say.
Yeah, I know. It's always the other guy's fault.
No, I'm not saying it's their fault. This thing I'm about ready to just completely reinstall. This is ridiculous. If I got on my Linux, it would be on in like seconds, but I don't have a mic or a camera hooked up to the Linux one.
You're thinking you might reinstall?
You might want to check with the manager's office. Maybe they dropped it there.
There's no manager's office.
You don't have a manager's office in those apartments?
No.
What the hell kind of apartments?
It's not an apartment, Wolf.
You don't have a manager's office.
No. Look, okay. I don't know. I don't know how I'm trying to tell you this. It's not an apartment. You just keep. It used to be. It's not now.
You converted a whole apartment building into a house?
No.
What do you mean it used to be?
I used to live in an apartment.
Yeah, I still do, but I used to too. Mitch Hedberg.
I don't now. I don't
now.
What
are you living now? A carport?
No, I'm not. I'm not shaman.
I don't know. Fucking the wolf seems pretty convinced.
I'd say that driver thought that, oh man, look at this. A whole family amount of slaw. It's so delicious. I just can't deliver it.
Yeah.
No, I put too much faith in Elixmar for that.
Yeah. Tom's tenement. No, it's not a tenement.
Wait, is that really Jing's trying to get in here? He's saying lying old man in the private chat.
Well, he was, but then he left.
Okay.
He's not there anymore. So.
All right.
Anyways, all right. This old man has nothing to talk about. Funky Bronco didn't like you for some reason. I don't know where he's from anyway, but anyway, one of the guys comes in here all the time drunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't reading chat.
Anyway, all right, man. Well, thank you for trying to send me some.
Root around. You said you got 2 doors. Check both of them. Root around back there. Maybe the guy went to the wrong place or something. It's sitting out there somewhere for sure.
Okay, I'll look again.
Yeah. If you do find it, send a picture of you eating it to Tom's tickled toes.
No, I'll just save it and eat it on the air Monday.
Okay. Well, I don't know how fresh it'll be by then. I mean, do you have a good Slaw fridge?
Yes, I have a fine Slaw fridge.
Do you have a mini fridge, Tom?
No.
You should have a mini fridge.
I have a garage fridge, and I have an in-the-house fridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty classic, actually. Wait a second, but a fella typically has a garage fridge because he's like out in the garage getting away from the wife, and he's got some brewskis in there. What are you doing with a garage fridge?
Sometimes, like, if you cook for a bunch of people and you have people over, you need a garage fridge to keep some of the stuff in.
You know what's perfect for that too? Slaw.
And then also, if you're out working on stuff, you gotta.
What do you got in there though?
Right now?
Yeah.
Ugh. Right now, there's a whole bunch of LaCroix.
Wow, partying hard, huh?
Yeah, it's LaCroix, and then
don't drive on that stuff.
And then there's some. Oh God, what else is out there? Just
I'm gonna have to check your ID.
Stuff. Not much. It's usually during the holidays and sometimes during the.
You got a fruit cake in there?
No, there's no fruit cake.
There's enough in the house.
There's some. There's some cheese. There's a whole bunch of cheese.
There's
out
cheese
there.
in your garage fridge?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust garage cheese. I got to be honest.
And then it's smoked. It's the smoked
You could smoke it all day. I don't care if you smoke it, if you bang it, if you're shooting it up. That's not for me to know about you, man.
And
you
then,
do whatever you want.
And then I've got a bunch of stuff in the freezer. That's where I really need is the freezer that's out there.
You like Swiss cheese?
No.
Me neither.
I really need it for the freezer.
You ever look at Swiss cheese and think, like, I wonder if I can stick my dick in that?
No.
Yeah, same.
All right. Well, I got to go.
All right, Tom. I love you, man.
All right. Love you too. All right. We're getting out of here. We're doing a Mother's Day show members for Saturday, maybe. And that's about it. And then Monday, the South loses, surrenders. And then, there you go. All right. Until next time. We'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3, 4. They call me Mr. Gulley. I've got something for your ear. Now it might sound kind of funny, but I'll make it very clear. So what we talking about? We're talking about spiders, and we're talking about pervitin', and we're talking about Bigfoot. I'm here to tell you where he's been. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. They call me Mr. Gulley. I'm here to save the day. They call me Mr. Gulley, and I'm gonna lead the way. Here we go now. I'm talking about Mr. Gulley, and you don't know where he's been. Oh no, he's been right in your alley. Well, I'm Mr. Gulley, yes I am. So what we're talking about? We're talking about